Okay, so more about Miraculous. I'm gonna say something that I feel like is a very important detail that has been overlooked. I'm about to blow your minds with this shit. This is a cartoon made to sell toys of teenagers written by adults who have not been teenagers in decades. And even though there are plenty of valid criticisms, it's pretty clear that the cartoon was made to sell toys. So even though they opened up a lot of stuff, like trying to go that emotional route at first, it was all just bait. Like it was all just one big capitalist ploy. The same capitalist ploy that we're used to, that we see all the time, except they tried to play into um, sympathies that are sparked by the nuanced topics that they addressed but never went into. I have only seen clips of season 4 and 5, but it's like the wrap it up energy is very, the characters start, the Marionette and Adrian actually start having character development and meaningful conflicts and shit when they're like, all right, let's fucking get this shit together. Let's fucking do this. And I actually like that Hawkmoth wins at the end, which opens up a whole nother, like, I'm sure that's gonna be season 6 or whatever the fuck they're gonna do. I don't know, I'm not that educated on what happens after season 3. um because it's like I said previously, a lot of the criticisms of Miraculous are between season 1 and season 3. um Season 4 and 5 is like when shit really hits the fan. Like, a lot of people were upset that Marionette never received any accountability for how bad she was fucking up and fucking over Adrian. And then that shit really just came crashing down on her in season 4 and 5. And the dynamics, the way they handled it was like kind of interesting, but it's kind of like you could have skipped that love story bullshit that you've been trying to stretch out and shell over the course of the seasons and just gotten straight to that, and Miraculous would have been fine. Marionette putting herself in charge of micromanaging the other Miraculouses instead of just giving them and passing them along as Ladybug and Black Cat were passed to them. That was some shit she did to herself. And like, I also want to talk about these dudes that she messed over, like the artist in season 1 and Luca, I think, in season 3. Don't quote me on that. Um, I noticed that only a few people had something to say about that because that's a human flaw that a lot of people have, that they have messed over somebody really cool in their past that was willing to give them the time of day, and they overlooked them, or they, not feeling the same way is valid. It's just Luca is really fucking awesome. Of course, I personally resonate with the artist, dude. Um, and my constant criticism is that there were no gays. Like, where are the gays? All these characters, where the gays at? Like, they hinted at some people being maybe, but like, there were definitely some bisexual tendency moments. But like, where were the straight up LGBTQs? Like, where's the person going through their transition? Like, where's the person like experimenting with like different clothes? Like, it's like this story takes place where we can all be a part of the trans experience. Um, and as far as I know, they didn't really discuss puberty, which is really weird. They didn't discuss that actually. Um, and they're supposed to be like 14. Like when the show starts, they're 14. And time does pass because there are some birthdays. So I'm thinking like 16, 17 when it ends. But it's like nothing about them really changes. But like characters not really changing is common fare in kids' cartoons where they're really just trying to sell toys. Pokemon taught us that. Um, but yeah, I do want to see season 4 and 5. Netflix only has season 1, 2, and 3. Um, and Ladybug has changed hands a lot. So I don't know who the fuck owns it now, but I'm sure that has something to do with why Netflix only has 1, 2, and 3. Um, so yeah, knowing that the characters get better, I do want to see how the story ends. They might end it with a movie. I don't know what that looks like. I didn't do any kind of other research before I made this video on how they end the story. But also, let's talk about a special that nobody talks about. Let's talk about the fucking COVID special, which is like Men in Half, sponsored by UNICEF. They talk about COVID, and it was the early days of COVID, back before we knew it was airborne. So they talked about like distancing and washing your hands and stuff, but they didn't talk about wearing a mask. That special is available. Go fucking watch it. I don't know why I'm asking you to go watch. Okay, go relive the early COVID day glories, where people that produced stuff that actually cared said, "Hey, wash your hands and sneeze in your fucking pasta and shit." But this was definitely before the information about distancing, wearing masks, and the importance of hand sanitizer. So yeah, I guess this is the third video. I guess I don't know. If I watch season 4 and 5, I'll definitely make more videos. So yeah, see you there.